All right. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk about it. Come on in, everybody. Happy Thursday to everybody, man. Come on in. I'm going to wait for a few minutes for everybody to come in. Come on in, everybody. We want to talk about Gary Patterson, man. Can he reset the standard for this USC football team? So, everybody, come on in, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Come on in, everybody. I'm going to wait just a few minutes for everybody to come in. Come on in, everybody. How's everybody doing today, man? Let's see if we up and running right now on YouTube. What's the word? How's everybody going? How's everybody going? Come on in. Keep this one. Come on in, everybody, man. We coming, man. We coming, family. I got to show it to you. You probably can't tell, but in the chat, you can't tell that. You can't tell. That's all I can say. It's kind of hard to explain. But come on in, everybody, man. Come on in, everybody. Is Gary Patterson, is he resetting the standard? Can he reset the standard? The question is, has USC lost the standard? We want to talk about that, man. So come on in, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm going to greet a couple people real quick while you guys are coming in. But let's go. Hey, bro, listen. It's the StreamYard app. I get that. It's the StreamYard app, man. You can't ask B. Jones, man. You can't tell which one it is, but I'm not even going to deal with that. It's just going to have to roll how it rolls. After it plays for about 5 or 10 minutes, I can usually see the one with the most once I click in there, and I can delete one of them. But right now, I'll keep it up because it'll delete my whole live if I don't. So, hey, man, it's crazy. But how's everybody doing, man? Let's talk about it, man. Can Gary Patterson, I appreciate you, though, Chris. Can Gary Patterson reset the standard? And what I mean is by standard, you guys know, everybody that talks about USC football, as I get into this, and I'm going to put the link in the chat, everybody that talks about USC football, you know, the question is, do we live in reality or do we live 20 years ago? Because it was a long time since USC has actually played in the national championship. Yes, the standard is standards, but if you really look at the time, the gap, and the amount of time that USC that's went by since USC has really played in any really significant championship type of game, I would say the last big one was Clay Helton with Penn State. But did he have the standard set then? Absolutely not. You know, there were a lot of things lacking, and there were a lot of things missing. And as time went on, things gradually went another direction. So, hey, likewise, fam. God bless you, man. We're doing great. I probably need to put my glasses on. I don't want to put them on, but I probably need to put them on because I can't see worth the crap right now. But you guys come in, man. Let's see. And I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Let me delete these two lives real quick, because I think I got two of them going. Once again, let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna delete that one. All right, let me know if I deleted the right one this time. All right, we should just have one going up. So look, man, happy Thursday to everybody, man. But you can't tell. I know you can't tell which one it is in the chat. So I mean, I know it's hard for you to understand. B. Jones, tell him what's up with this thing, man. It's different. It's a different thing. So look, man, happy Thursday to everybody. So look, let's talk about it, man. Is Gary Patterson, and I'm gonna put the link in the chat, is he going to set the standards? I wasn't able to come on yesterday. It was kind of I was kind of lost in the sauce, but I had my thoughts. I was able to drop a video and put some information out there, but I want to kind of talk to you guys about it. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear you guys' opinions. I want to hear you guys' thoughts, because, yeah, I know, bro, it is absolutely nothing you can do about it. Because at the end of the day, this is the new reality. It's here. So we're gonna open up the chat to everybody that wants to talk about it. Let's go. Word.
Jay, what's up, baby?
Man, how you doing out there, man?
Man, chilling on this break. Hey, hey, you see the schedule?
Hey, we ready for it, bro. We ready for it. But I like the way the schedule sets up, man.
Oh,
I like the way the
we
yeah.
set up nicely.
Yeah, I know a lot of people talk about the Oklahoma. I mean, I said Oklahoma, the Ohio State, the Oregon, but the way it's set up, we coming off these bye weeks. I think we're gonna be good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How you feeling
Hey,
about it?
hey, man, look good. While I work at my guy, he from Cali, USC.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, where you from? Where you from, big dog?
I'm from Chicago, man.
oh, he from
Uh,
Chicago.
hey, you from Chicago? Okay, okay,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm a, but,
hey, Chi-Town, what's up? That's what's up, man.
but yeah, I'm a USC fan, man. Been since Rodney Peete them days, man.
Oh man, hey, we moving and grooving, man. We trying to shake back.
I know that's right.
We trying to shake back.
We
But that's
got to, man.
that's what's up, man. Hey, well, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man, because we always delivering information with USC, man.
For sure, I will. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
hey, Jay, Penn State, it's gonna be like playing Iowa State, man. All they did was change uniforms.
No, they got a lot of players. They did. They got a lot of players from there, man. And I think it's gonna probably take them a couple years to get reestablished. But I actually think James Franklin is a better coach than that.
Yeah,
I think Penn State played themselves. That's just kind of my personal opinion, man.
bro, they were just in the playoffs, a game away from the championship. The man got fired for having 3 bad games.
No, I mean, you look at some of the other teams, man. That look, this man, his record wise, I mean, it's just you look at the Iowa coach. Think about the Iowa coach. He's kind of in the same category as him. Your live went blank, but I'm gonna take some of these other calls real quick that are coming in. Your live went blank, my man. Okay, yeah, he's off. So I'm gonna take some of these other calls that's coming in. Let's see. Kamasi,
Yes, sir.
man, how you doing, family?
Hey, glory be to God, from whom all blessings flow.
Absolutely, absolutely. How you feeling about the new coach? How you feeling about the shift of the program? And the question for you is, and let me say this too. Kamasi's been around a lot of these players, man, even before I was around some of them. We talk about Michael Pittman, Talanoa Hufanga. You can't see Kamasi's face right now, but Kamasi is connected with a lot of guys, and he used to be on the field and all that. I should have put up one of them clips. But how you feeling about everything?
Man, glory be to God, man. I think that personnel on the team is always important. Adoree Jackson, when he left, that left a big void that's irreplaceable. But the most recent void is the big man, Eric Gentry, such a warrior from Philly. So when you and I had that last conversation on the phone, we spoke about how Bryson Shaw expressed that Michigan likes to get into a bully ball, a tough guy ball. Who's
Right,
the
right,
biggest goon on the field? And so when he said that on the show, I said, you know, is USC going to be able to be a big bully, a bigger bully than Michigan? And so I was happy that we came in and beat on our chest and smashed Michigan like that. But to me, that takes getting behind big spirits on the team and following course. Everybody's not built to be a warrior, and everybody's not built to be a leader like Eric Gentry.
right,
Probably the
right,
biggest spirit in the Coliseum. And
right,
so bigger than any coach on the squad and all of that. So when we talk about Gary Patterson, is he going to put down that whip, and is everybody going to follow suit? It's a lot of characters on the squad
right,
that
right,
might not be as much of a goon as Gary Patterson. You know what I mean? Coach Ryan might pop a joke and spit out a polyseed, and everybody start laughing. You know, so when it comes down to that theory of smashing, playing warrior ball, not diva or finesse ball, that's what it comes down to, the personnel, and then people following suit with the thing. But the last thing I want to say too, though, is that USC for a long time hasn't had an identity on defense. It's been the closest thing is been run and hit. And
right.
so Then when you ask what's the name of the defense, it's D block. I said, man, what D block mean? Shoot, I don't know, D block. And I said, hey, I mean, Rob, man, what's the offense called? He said, O block. I said, what O block mean? He said, I don't know. Shoot, the opposite of D block.
Right, right. So, man, I like what you said because they did do it for the game against Michigan. They came out, and I don't know what was different with the game with Michigan and then some of the games overall this season. But I do think if he's able to light the fire under him and these guys could play the way they did against Michigan, I just believe that this team is going to be, because that team was a different, we could argue that we hadn't seen that type of performance pretty much ever since. To me, that was the most balanced and complete performance all year long with USC. We saw them do some crazy stuff on defense. We saw them do some crazy stuff on offense. And to me, it just appeared to be a more balanced attack, whereas the rest of the season, we might see the offense do some things. We might see the defense do some things. But as far as the balanced attack itself, man, it just wasn't there all year long. And I think that's when we talk about the standard, I think that's what has to be implemented, man. The standard has to be consistency all the way around, man, in order for this thing to really operate and really move and groove. But without consistency, man, we just kind of see flashes, and the flashes won't really get us anywhere, man, except flashes and like trying to remember that particular performance. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, big time, man. But A-Ball leaving too, wide receiver, and all praises due to God, man. He had that tunnel rocking heavier than I've seen it rocking ever in years. So it's just the spirit coming out. You imagine if you ask Bryson Shaw, what's the difference coming out the Ohio State tunnel and the difference coming out the USC tunnel? Man, for years, them brothers ain't been ready to just smash, kill, and reveal. It's just been okay. Let's come. You know what I'm saying? When the last time you seen some youngsters coming out like they on like dogs on chains, ready to attack, coming out the Coliseum? You know what I mean? So A-Ball really was the only one busting like that.
Yeah. I really, I feel, and I don't know if you saw the press conference at all, but I feel more confident after the press conference. I feel like he will try to put some reinforcement as far as disciplinary discipline, because USC, man, we talked about it. I would call you sometime after the game, Kamasi, and just the discipline, just the simple mistakes, special teams, the whole thing, man. It was just like, man, you saw the potential, but then you didn't see the discipline aspect, and then you didn't see the dog mentality all the time. We only saw flashes. So I agree, man. Coming out that tunnel, having the mindset, and really being uniform all across the board is something I think USC absolutely, Gary Patterson possibly can, implement in this program, man.
Man, salute to Coach Lincoln Riley, who was not on the hot seat. Lincoln Riley could do it all. He can bring the coaches in. He could get aggressive. He could be finesse. Salute to Lincoln Riley. Salute to the Chad the Bag Bowden. I think that everything is right in the right accord. It just got to be in the right spirit. And USC is on once again. They know now to get one of them championships. You know what I'm saying? They didn't see who's yours? You know what I'm saying? They didn't see the Oregon coach look like he coming out on hype off of smelling salt. They know what it take, no nonsense, to get that Big Ten championship and that big old natty ring again. So USC is on. We fighting on forever. Lincoln Riley salute is on the popping.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you, Felly. Fight on.
Fight
Jay,
on.
Absolutely. Jay, what's up, my man? Hall of Fame podcast, man. Come on in, Jay. Anybody wants to come in, we'll talk about it. But yeah, I like some of the comments that Kamasi had to say, man, in reference to that, because I think it's all gonna start with mentality, man. We told you guys this before. We told you a couple of weeks ago that everything got to start at the top. And I'm not saying anybody's sick, but I've always said this is a statement that I kind of live by. That's anything in life. That's being a father, be a husband, whatever. You know, if the head is sick, the whole body's gonna be sick, and so that's anything in life, or corporation, company, whatever. Everything it starts at the top, and if you have dysfunction, you know, at the top, and I'm not saying it is like that, it's gonna trickle down. So I think that, you know, we have an opportunity. I think Lincoln Riley has made the necessary changes to try to make this thing go. He has some flaws big time, but I think he's coming around and he's kind of noticing. But let's get into this next caller. This is Jason, my guy Jason from Hall of Fame podcast, man. You guys can follow Jay. What's the word?
What's up, Big J? How you been?
Where your face at, man? I want people to see. Well, you don't have to. Just put your. Well, they see it there. I got HOA. You can find him on Utah. He covers Oklahoma football, man. There he. Oh my God. I should have. You
should have just left it alone.
I should have left that. I should have left that. Hey, but Jay. hey, I'm gonna give Jay a pass. That's my guy. He's an Oklahoma guy, man, and he knows Lincoln Riley well. Me and him, we've had long phone calls, man, off the podcast, man, and
yeah.
We went back and forth because, you know, he has his opinion, I have mine, but I respect Jay, man, and he's doing some great things over there at Hall of Fame podcast. But Jay, what's the word?
What's up, man? I just wanted to check in and say what's up, man. Hope everything's going good, man. We've been iced in around here, man. So it's my first day to get out and around, man. It's nice.
Yeah, I saw that on the weather, man. I saw that, man. It's who is
cabin
this?
fever? Cabin fever.
Yeah, boomer sooner, quack. Man, is you out of your mind? Yeah, but
just throw these down. That's all you got to do is just throw those down.
I think you could give a bigger perspective for us, though, because you were there with Lincoln Riley, played against Gary Patterson, man, and Gary Patterson is 0-7 versus your Lincoln Riley team that you played against. So,
but they had trouble with him a lot, though. They had trouble with him a lot. So,
give us some insight then.
Listen, I think that you're gonna get an aggressive style defense that's gonna go after quarterbacks. You're gonna try to get turnovers. Look, Gary he's one of those dudes that they talk about when they talk defense, man.
Yeah.
And even after he left TCU and was when he was just being a consultant basically with Texas, he was doing some things over there that was helping out PK. So right. I think that I was surprised. I thought that PK was a lock for you guys. Everything that I kept hearing, but whenever Gary's name started popping up, I was like, well, I can see that working. I can see that. I can see him doing that. So
you can see. Let me ask you, personality wise, because I was skeptical at first. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I was skeptical the way his personality, how it would connect with Lincoln Riley, and the fact that you saw him firsthand as far as his teams are concerned. How do you think his personality, number one, but then how do you think his defensive scheme will fit in with a team like USC?
I think it'll be fine, man. I think what you're looking, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what you're looking for is to get back to that aggressive, get after the quarterback and stop the run type of a coach, right? Of a defense, where you're physicality is the name of the game. You're going to get physicality from him. So, I would tell you this, Jay, the year that TCU got to the national championship game, a lot of those guys, I mean, not to take anything away from Sonny, I like Sonny, he's a great coach, but a lot of what they were able to do was because of the defense that he had left them at TCU. And so I would just tell you that, to me, I think it's a good hire, man. I mean, whatever, I don't know, I know you guys have been heavy, beating the bushes for these players a lot, whether it be in the portal or getting them out of high school. You got the number one class this year, so I think that, here's the thing about Gary. He's not going to come into that situation unless he likes what he has at his availability. You know what I mean?
Right.
So having the guys that you can get at USC, and it seems like Lincoln's doing a better job of recruiting California these days than he had been. And so I think that that's a big part of it too. But you got to get aggressive in that. That's the kind of defenses that he has. You don't last at a place like TCU and go through everything they went through. I mean, they went from Mountain West to into the Big 12, and really they should have played for the national championship that year when them and Baylor tied for it and they didn't have a championship game. Remember, and they left them out. That was stupid on the Big 12's part. But either one of those teams, they were nasty. And that I've seen some defenses at TCU that Gary had that they were just through the roof good, man. And so it can't be. I mean, it can't be worse. I think that you guys it can't be worse. That's how I feel about it. Is it can't be worse. And like, I think Danton Lynn was doing a good job. I'm not saying anything bad about Danton Lynn. But I also think that, it's probably a better fit for him to go back to Penn State. You know what I mean? That's where he's from. But but I think Gary's a good move. I think it's a good move, man. I really do.
No, I appreciate that insight. Hey, Russ, you're up next. Hey, one more question. So you look at how USC went 9-3, and for all those who are coming on, this is Jason, man, my buddy Jason, man. I've been on his podcast before a couple times. He covers Oklahoma at Hall of Fame podcast, and he has insight on Gary Patterson. So the fact that we 9-3 this season, which is to our standards, is it should be better. But
it's still not it. Yeah, still not it. I get it.
It's still not quite it. But do you think he could make up the difference, the gap with that 9-3? When you even looking at our schedule, I don't know if you've seen it, but we got some.
It's a little tougher.
Yeah, it's tougher, but I like our chances at home. We're different at home for whatever reason, and you can speak to it. Lincoln Riley was totally different at home than away. Did you experience that too at Oklahoma?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, he held it up pretty good at home. I think the only time he would have trouble, there are a couple of games that they usually lost. It was like K-State was always a pain in the butt for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And even if they were really bad, I don't know. It was just something weird about that. But most of the games that they lost seemed to be away games. It's not that he lost a lot of games, though, at that point. So, and again, I've said this a few times. It's like the Big 12 wasn't really the same coming down the stretch of what that was, and they were built better than what the rest of the league was, and that includes Texas. Texas wasn't even that good at that point. When the second best teams are Baylor and Oklahoma State to a large extent, that he was able to kind of hold it down. He did, and again, when you're going to have an offense like he's going to have, and having Maiva coming back, I think you guys are set up for success as far as because he's going to do good things on offense. One thing that I will say about Gary Patterson, I think that you might be, if the two of them can communicate well, and a lot of times you have a hard time between offensive and defensive coaches. They just don't see eye to eye. But if they have a good enough relationship where they can have conversations and good conversations with each other about what's good for the program, I don't doubt that Lincoln is doing the best he can to win. He doesn't. There's no way he likes this. You know what I mean? There's no way he's okay with losing. There's no way he's okay with not being in the real conversation of being in the the playoff and playing for it. So I think that complimentary football is the name of the game, right?
Right.
To me, I think that if Gary can do anything, it would be what, and this is what I would do, and it's something I want to see at Oklahoma more than anything else. Run the damn football.
Yeah, well, I will say this year he's a little different with that. The year prior, we didn't see it as much, but you got to remember, well, last year, the year before, we actually, and you kind of broke up, but I'll continue to talk. The year before, we actually established the run. That's how Woody Marks was able to really get going and be a big time draft pick. I think Woody Marks went in the third round. Hopefully Jason comes back here in a second. But Woody Marks was able to get in the third round, and he had 1,000-something yards. That was the first 1,000-yard running backs that we've had in a very. He shut off. I don't know what happened. Let me go ahead and get Russ real quick. Russ.
Jay,
How you
Jason's
doing?
insightful, man. That's an OU fan that is insightful. That's good. You found the one.
Absolutely. Hey, Jay, shout out to you, man. I know you cut
Shout
off
out,
in
Jay.
that area, but appreciate you, brother. But
So
Russ,
how you feeling, man? I'm pretty excited about this hire. You know, the more I think about it, the more I think it could really play into our hands. You know, one thing I did a little digging, and Gary Patterson doesn't, as other people have stated, he doesn't play this bend but don't break sort of nonsense. He is committed to stopping the run. He's not he's not cool with just giving up 10 short passes and a bunch of 7-yard runs, and then you clamp down in the red zone. And I actually think that, I would almost prefer that if teams are going to score on us, if it takes them, if they beat us with a deep shot, I almost think that kind of plays into our hands, man. Like, given the fact that, like, we've got our entire offensive line returning, we've got obviously Mayava's coming back, our running backs, we got 1 and 1A.
right?
We could, if we score on a 7-minute drive, and then let's say we get a little too aggressive, they beat us, they hit us deep, get a 60-yard. I mean, we get the ball back and then we rip off another 6-minute drive. We've had the ball for 12, 13 minutes and they scored. They've only had it, 2 minutes to score once. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that could really, that time of possession battle where we got so much returning talent in the trenches, like that could really, if it's almost beneficial. Like it's like I don't know, like the default position is you don't want to get beat deep. But from a grind them out standpoint, you'd almost rather them get us quick and get the ball back to our offense so we can get back to grinding them. And I think Patterson
3 and out fast. Yeah.
Right. No, I totally agree with you, Russ, man. I like your perspective. I definitely appreciate you, man. Man, you always have an incredible, insightful perspective, and I appreciate that. I think he's resetting the standard. I really believe that, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I do like how, he was, without trying to throw shade at his former players, he was kind of saying, like, look, I played a certain way sometimes because of, I was dealing with 2 and 3 star.
He said he never had a defensive line this big. And so, I think that's very.
This seems to me like, I don't know, maybe. Look, he's 65. He has that sort of hillbilly accent a little bit. So I think we just immediately we associate people like that with being stuck in their ways. This press conference he had yesterday, this wasn't a guy who is stuck in his ways. This is a guy, I think, who spent the last 3 years taking a look at, like, okay, where did I trail off towards the end of my tenure? And how can I come back and reset, like, my own sort of creation? Like, how can I reinvent myself?
Absolutely. And think about this. Anything we do in life, and I'm going to get back to Jay in a minute because Jay got some insightful things, but anything we do in life, nobody wants to go out and in the last memory, they say your last impression is kind of like the one that a lot of people are going to remember. So, yeah, he has an opportunity to kind of reset himself and really go out with a bang, even if it's 1 or 2 years. You know what I mean, Russ?
Absolutely. And it's like 65 isn't that old anymore. It's not like he's 80. You know what I'm saying? Like 65 is like the new 50. So it's not as if this guy has 1 foot in the grave.
Right. So, Russ, man, I definitely appreciate you calling in. You always give insightful, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for letting me tap in, Jason. Good to meet you, brother.
Hey, good to meet you. Good points, man. I like that.
Thank you, brother. Fight on, guys. I'll be listening.
Absolutely. Fight on. Okay, Jay.
No, I think he's right. I think that with Gary kind of got caught in the middle of that this time where everything's changing and evolving, and you kind of get looked at as a dinosaur, right? Because you're not used to it. He's older, and I also think that part of what it was is, I mean, like anywhere else, when you're somewhere as long as he was at TCU,
right?
Because you think about it, you go back to, he replaced, what was that dude's name? Man, I can't even remember the coach's name now. But he had kind of had a meteoric rise. He ended up at A&M and then Alabama too. But anyway, the guy, we're talking about a coach that's been there for a long time. He's won a lot. He's the winningest coach in the history of the program.
Yeah.
You know, after a good amount of time, you kind of feel like you're untouchable and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, we always talk about, you know, talking politically, power corrupts, right? Well, power corrupts, you know, and I think the same thing, we just saw that with Oklahoma State. With Mike Gundy, he wasn't making any changes.
Yeah.
He didn't care about doing changes for the NIL or anything, that other stuff. He was stuck in his ways and dragging his feet. You're seeing it with Dabo, dragging his feet all day long, you know, about the portal and everything else.
What's crazy, Jay,
and I think that when that happens, you kind of get caught in that in-between time, right? Because this is all new to everybody. I think that he kind of, it's 3 years. NIL was really new at that point. So you got to think about it in terms of, he's taken this time, I think, and coached a little bit, but mostly I think he's been working on spending time with his family and things like that. But I'll say again, Gary's one of those guys that if you think he's a bad coach, you don't really know coaches. You know what I mean? You got to pay attention to coaches, because this dude knew he lasted a long time for a reason, Jay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
will it work at USC? I don't know. I mean, it's a good question, but I mean, I don't think it's going to be about talent because you get talent. And I don't think it's about coaching acumen because you have that. Can him and Lincoln figure out a way to be complementary to football?
And that's
what I was saying at the end of that. You got to run the ball more than what I know what Lincoln was doing in the first couple of years. I know last year they certainly ran it more last year. I know that.
Right.
But I think you got to, if you just watch the last two teams that played for the national championship, they were run heavy.
Right.
They were run heavy. You know, I mean, Indiana's run it 50 times on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're going to run and run and run and run. And that makes it easier for your quarterback too. And I do know that when Lincoln was at OU, Bob Stoops made it clear right away early on, was like, look, we got Samaje Perine and Joe Mixon. We're going to run the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we saw that this year.
He figured that out. And I think that him being able to come up with schemes where they were running the ball downhill was what made Lincoln so sought after as a coach, was because he was able to scheme with the run game. Look at Ramondre Stevenson. He's playing in the Super Bowl here coming up. That dude was a baller at Oklahoma because of what Lincoln was doing.
Right. Jay, can you hear me?
You know?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I don't hear you, man.
In the world. Hey, let me know if you guys can hear me real quick. Wow.
I don't hear you, Jay.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Can everybody else hear him, I guess? I don't know. I can't hear you.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay. I guess they can hear me. I heard everything. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right, man. I can't hear you, so I'll go ahead and jump off, man, and listen on the outside.
Okay.
Later, bro.
All right, fine. Okay, look. Hey, Jay, you could probably hear now. I heard you perfectly fine the whole time. I was trying to say some things in between, but I don't think you can hear me. But I heard everything you said, and you made some great points. I think it's something on your end. I can hear you, but the guest can't hear. Yeah, I don't know, but he can hear me. Well, I can hear him, and you guys can hear him. So he made some great points. And the thing is that, you know, he's played his team. He covers Oklahoma all on his podcast, which is Hall of Fame podcast. Please go subscribe to him. He's doing some phenomenal work. And I think he gave some great insight as far as who Gary Patterson is and what he would bring to the table. Half-breed, what's up? And so I agree with him. Can these two mix together? To me, that's always kind of been my thought process as it relates to this. You know, will these two personalities, Lincoln Riley and Gary Patterson, will they mix and will it come together? If I look at the press conference from yesterday, I felt good about it. I felt better. I felt like, you know, you could see that Gary Patterson, even just calling out Coach Henderson's name, that he made an asserted effort to call out his name. He really didn't even call out other coaches other than Coach Eckler, and really just made more so reference to the other coaching staff and some of the things that they built. But I really feel comfortable after watching this press conference. I feel like he's willing to work with these guys, and I think he understands that. Look, there are other guys that interview for this job, like Coach Henne, and Henne could have got the job. And so for him, to me, the way I interpret it, for him to call out Henne to me was like it was like, okay, I understand that you could have got the job, but I want you to work with me. I've seen your work. I see exactly what you're doing, and so I thought that was trying to build people together and unite people together. And look, you guys know I'm a Bible guy, so the Bible says where there's unity, there's strength. And so when you see that type of unification and the attempt to try to make that unification, you can't do nothing but like what we see in the interview, the press conference yesterday with Coach Gary Patterson. So look, you guys can drop the comments, man. You guys can tell me what you think. I'm gonna put the link in here. I got one more in here, and we're gonna call it a day. I just want to tap in, give you guys the opportunity to come on in. Let me take this call real quick. Let's see. Okay, my brother, you there? TJ.
Yeah.
Okay, you cut off on me, man. But yeah, you were saying something. I couldn't even hear you when you cut off.
Oh man, we good, man. That's scary. Indiana got to rebuild. They got new quarterback, receivers. Hey, we good. Oh my God, this about to be a scare. We back to USC bully ball.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's the way it's gonna be. Like, to your point, Indiana, they are rebuilding. They got a quarterback that came from TCU. He's a good quarterback, but they're gonna have to mix and match it. They got to they had to hit the transfer portal. They got one of I think the top 10 transfer portal class. So we see that they following the same blueprint and the same formula that they had. And so, but will they be that same team? Will that same chemistry exist? I don't necessarily. We don't know that.
So.
Yeah. But dude, is the coach a heck of a coach? Absolutely.
Yeah. But seen so many Did you see that Indiana? Without that block punt, they would have lost to Miami.
Right.
Special teams killed us. USC. Oh my God! And then Ohio State. I noticed that Julian saying if he don't throw the receivers, he really don't know what to do. Them receivers be saving him, man.
Well, I noticed when pressure's put on him, I noticed he operates a little different. He just seemed like he's a whole different quarterback. So
yeah.
But here's the thing though. We went 7-0 last year at home. All we got to do is do the same thing. If we win all our games at home, bro, like we beat Ohio State, which I feel comfortable, in Oregon, I feel comfortable. Look, and the big difference, and we talked about it, you talked about it. To me, the gap was the special teams at Notre Dame and at Oregon. And so I'm not saying there weren't other little mistakes, but special teams was a big factor. I think Coach Eckler is going to implement a program in special teams to where, look, we're going to make up for some of that gap. You couple that with being at home, it's going to be a different thing, man.
Yeah. And then Notre Dame, we took the lead on them. We didn't even let the defense, we didn't even give the defense a chance. They ran that punt return back, and then it was holding. They didn't call holding. That's what Keyshawn was talking about. Notre Dame, they cheat in Notre Dame. It was 2 holdings they did not call, man.
They had one with Tanuk Hines on the sideline. Literally, it looked like they almost horse collared him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they never, and they were holding a lot too. But at the end of the day, we've been in the Big Ten now. This is going on the 3rd year. And we've seen holding every year. We've seen dirty stuff every year, whether it's the blindside block, whether it's the blindside block on Makai Lemon at Michigan. We've seen them do a lot of dirty stuff, man. So I think that USC now, coming into the 3rd year, got a new coach on defense. I think he's going to reset the standard on defense. And look, as I stated before, it's probably going to be open competition. He's evaluating footage. He's evaluating film. And these guys are going to have to want it. Either you want it or you don't. You know what I mean?
I got one question. What Castro? You had him on here?
Who?
The cornerback.
Tristan Castro?
Yeah.
No, I had DeCarlos Nicholson on here like a couple weeks. And man, look, if anybody watching this, the Carlos Nicholson video was I deleted it by accident, man. It's some stuff that be going on. I'll be trying to multitask. I'll do the recording here And sometimes I'll be riding up the highway, man, because I'm so involved with different things and try to put thumbnails or whatever, and I accidentally deleted the video. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. No, I had
I'm
DeCarlos Nicholson on here.
I think Marcellus gonna lose his starting spot. I'm just that's just me. Eh,
I don't know. Hey, look, I'm not. I'm gonna say this, man. I love Marcellus. I'm friends with his pops, but
I love him too.
here's the
But
thing. When I say open competition, may the best man win. I'm not gonna have no particular bias. I just think, I think we could possibly see another safety come in there like Alex Graham too. I think Alex Graham could start at safety next to Christian Pierce.
I
But
think he's starting.
yeah, I can't. I don't think we can sleep on Marquise Gallegos either. But I'm not placing anybody anywhere. I'm just saying with this new staff, Gary Patterson is going to evaluate this thing. And just like he mentioned yesterday, he said he don't know anything about NIL. He don't want to deal with NIL. And so the fact that he doesn't want to deal with it, because let's keep it 100. You feel like the past couple of years, you kind of feel like some of the guys that started, I shouldn't even say this, but you kind of wonder like if it was like NIL drip. No, well, I shouldn't say that, but it
I
just
know
didn't
what
seem
you're
like
saying.
it did not seem like the best players were in at the time. That's at times, and you just kind of wonder, how much NIL plays into a lot of different things, man. But here's the thing: I think Gary Patterson, he's not like my man Jason just said. Gary Patterson is not one of those guys that was involved with all of that NIL stuff. All he knows and his perspective is going to be real coaching. And so what he's going to do is come in and evaluate the talent, observe, pick the players that he thinks is best suiting his defense, and the guys who are probably giving the best effort, and those guys are going to play. It's not going to have nothing to do with no NIL or none of that other stuff. And that's just the way I feel like it's going to be.
They about to eat, man. I remember TCU when they played Georgia. Them men looked at like midgets to an elephant, man.
Man,
Hey,
you gotta be kidding. You know what I mean? You gotta be kidding me, dog. I can't believe you, dog. Hey, hey, no, I feel you. Hey, yeah, man. They got ran out the building.
man,
They got ran out the building, bro.
man. Gary came to USC. He seen them silverbacks over there. He's like, what the fuck? Man, we about
Man,
to eat, man.
yeah, they about to get it, man. So, bro, I'm about to get out of here. I got to do like you. I got to get to work, man. But I see you at work. Where
Yeah,
you at again? You in Oklahoma, right?
yeah. I'm in OKC, man. I got to go to Vegas here in a few months, man.
Okay. That's what's up,
Yeah.
family. Hey, I
All
appreciate you
right,
tapping in, man.
all right. Love, fight
All right.
on,
Hey,
man.
fight on, fam. So look, hey, I am let's see. This is why that linebacker yeah, he might play that position. He might play, I don't know. He may play safety, he may play linebacker, but and here, what's crazy, half breed. So many people, I don't know what people be looking at, man, as far as like, so we did a video this morning about that linebacker. Well, yesterday / morning, we did a video about the linebacker, and I said the guy looks like Tacky Curtis, and everybody put in the comment section, we don't want him to play like. I said he looks like Tacky Curtis. We're not talking about the way he plays. We're talking about the way he looks. The guy had way more production than Tacky Curtis. Had 84 tackles last season, which is crazy. We got another Division III player, Jaden Richardson, that came from Tufts College. You got to have the ability to evaluate talent. And I don't think Gary Patterson, all of these coaches, Eckler, I don't think these guys are already on staff. And after they get on staff, they pick this guy up. I don't think they're going to pick a guy up unless they evaluated the talent and said, look, he's going to fit our system. Like, you guys got to use your head, man. Like, they're not – if you guys say you believe in this coaching staff and everything that we have going on right now, how in the world are you going to try to go back on your statement, babe? You're being a hypocrite, bro. You're being a straight-up hypocrite. Either you can believe in what this staff is about to get ready and do, and the guy commits after this staff was hired and they know how to evaluate the talent, or you don't. I mean, keep it 100. You lost in barbecue sauce, straight up. Exactly, Jay. That linebacker he's bringing a lot of production. Nobody's saying he's gonna start. I don't know if he's gonna start, but he may start. Who knows? I mean, but I know his production is the truth. Now, a lot of people said, well, Jaden Richardson, he really wasn't that production coming in for Tufts. Of course, you're not gonna start over Mekhi Lemon, who won the Biletnikoff Award, and of course, you're not gonna start over Jacoby Lang and the super freshman to Nick Hine. But Jaden Richardson was the fourth receiver on this team. Every time he came in, he produced, and he came from a Division III school. Now, think about this. Jaden Richardson started over four-star guys like Corey Sims. You think about Jordan that he started over. Think about all the other, Ramiro Eisen. So you talk about a Division III guy that actually came and started over guys that are good players. They're good players right now. So you got to factor into that. You got to use your brain when you guys, make comments and think about it. Don't use these emotional decisions and thoughts that come to your mind. Break it down. Give an honest, insightful answer as to why this guy's not good. Don't just say he's good because he comes from Division III, because you're not giving no real insight as to what your thought process is. You're just talking about what you see him coming from a Division III. Come on, man. Nobody can respect that. Anyway, hey, look, Gary Patterson Gary Patterson is about to be loaded with 5 stars. And he talked about that yesterday in the press conference. He's never had a defensive line like this. So, and the thing about his defensive man, their slants are different. It's still going to be the 4-2-5, but the way these slants are, hey, man, they're making everybody swing right now. But the way these defensive slants are incredible, man, compared to, some of the other things that we've been seeing. So let's see what happens. I'm out of here. Dang, I didn't realize I was going to be on here this long. I'm out of here. I just wanted to tap in. I wanted to hear from you guys. So look, everybody comes on. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Hit the subscribe button. You guys already know where you can find me, man. It's USCJ32 on Instagram. It's USCJ32 on Twitter. Happy Thursday to everybody, man. Until later on, absolutely, man. Thank you guys, fam. Thank everybody for tapping in, man. Man, look, these guys, bro, hey, I am so tired of trying to convince people. I mean, if you can't evaluate talent yourself, just looking at a guy's film, I knew when Jaden Richardson was playing at Tufts. I remember doing a video. He made the same kind of one-handed catch that hold on, let me put this up. I might have deleted that. He made the same one-handed catch that he made at Tufts College. He did it at USC. Like, the dude has talent. I believe Jaden Richardson's going to make it in the NFL. I believe that's the kind of talent he is. I really believe that. Hey, thank you, Russ. Appreciate you. So, look, what time? I got to get out of here. So, look, until later on, man, listen, everybody stay blessed, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Fight on, fight on, fight on.